Hi guys. I don't know what's happening right now. I just made one of these, but after I did it, I realized I really left out the most important part of my story. And so I'm going to do it all over. But I also wanted to say I found a way that I can actually pause and restart. I paused and restarted. That's all. I don't know why I never want to do that. Maybe when I forget my words. Anyhow, I'm sitting here. I baked cookies this morning. And I'm sitting here eating cookies and tea. And I have a lot of work to do. I have work to do, and I have schoolwork to do. I had a plan for this weekend that got hijacked because of really great news. But nonetheless, my whole weekend was hijacked this weekend. And that is because Bryan came home. So for those of you who know me, you know Bryan was in prison. And we've been waiting for him to get a reduced sentence and come home. And it's been a couple of years that we've been kind of waiting on eggshells for this stuff to happen. And I've been communicating with the lawyer on a regular basis. Bryan is my ex-husband, my baby daddy. He's the father of my children, and we've all been stressed out. And so anyhow, I've been heavily involved in getting him home, and now he is home, and that's exciting. What's not exciting is they didn't give us any time to prepare for it, although you would have thought that we'd been prepared all along, except that they've been telling us he's coming, he's not coming, he's coming, he's not coming. So we were not prepared for it. So, and when they called, they said he could be released today, he could be released Monday. Well, he was released that day. Friday at 11 was the first we heard. By 1 o'clock, Rhiannon and Bryan were on the road to pick him up. By 6 o'clock, they were in his car. It's a surreal situation. Like, everybody's like, did the last 7 years actually really happen, or what's going on? And there's a lot to do. He's not just totally released. He's on probation. And we don't know what the conditions of that probation are yet because it all happened on a Saturday or in the middle of the night on Friday, and the probation officer was gone by then. So sometime today we'll know more. But I really wanted to be there. I looked at flights to go for the weekend and decided against it because 24 hours there, 24 hours back for 12 hours on the ground just didn't seem worth it to me. No offense, Bryan. I really wanted to be there with my family to celebrate this reunion. So anyhow, because of that, my weekend was hijacked because of my own FOMO. And my girls, so I was constantly on the phone trying to follow them, seeing what was going on now, who's visiting, what kind of party they're having and stuff like that. He had steak and eggs for breakfast. I made myself steak and eggs for breakfast. Anyhow, just trying to participate from afar. So that's funny. So that's in the way that it hijacked my weekend. I had a whole weekend planned. I was studying on Friday. Saturday, I was going to Cove. I was taking the train to Cove because I hear that the train ride to Cove is gorgeous. And I will do that one day. And then I was going to take the ferry to an island over there whose name I can't remember. But anyhow, I was going to do that. And then I was going to visit a friend. One of the people I go to school with, one of the young women I go to school with, lives in Cove. She told me to come see her cat. I was going to have dinner there. That was going to be my Saturday. Sunday, I was going to go have dinner at the Oliver Plunk. I had a whole weekend planned, and it was terrible weather out. It was not rainy, but it was very cold, and it wasn't sunny. It wasn't sunny and cold. It was just cold and gloomy. Anyhow, I stayed in all weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I never left my apartment because I was so busy trying to help my children navigate what was happening, which if you ask them that story, they might say that was me micromanaging them. and it would maybe be true. But But I'm all the way here, so it's the only thing I can do. I do feel, here's what I really feel. I do feel FOMO. I'm sad that wasn't there to watch all the grandchildren. Bryan went away. Manny just turned 7. Bryan went away after she was born, but she was a month old or a few months old. So she doesn't remember him really. But they talk on the phone, and she's visited a few times, but she feels like she knows him. They write letters and stuff. And she went right up and hugged him, and there was no uncomfortability. Um, and this is a tangent, but I have noticed that, I notice a lot of people who say that because they live in different states, their families are not close. But we have managed in my family, both on my side and Bryan's side, to live afar and still have our children develop very deep, meaningful relationships with our parents and aunts and uncles who live in another state. My children have a very close relationship with my parents, and they saw them once a year. Um, and but they were very close. And so anyhow, Morgan has done the same thing with Manny. And the way in which you do that is by talking about them and showing them pictures and telling them about them and letting them talk on the phone and all that stuff. And now with social media, um, and phones and all the things you can do, um, it's easier to do that. And so instead of flying home, I thought I would keep up that way. And I did. And because I was watching from afar, my kids were sending me 1,000 pictures. Um, Sorry, that cookie was calling my name. Um, and I talked to Rhiannon 3 or 4 times a day, and each of the girls, I've talked to each of them. So other than FOMO, now that I've gone off on that funky tangent, other than FOMO, what I feel is I am, I feel like I am failing my girls by not being there to help them navigate this transition. I feel a responsibility to help them navigate this transition. And that's on me, because they are all adult women. My baby is 40. They're 40 to 48, or I can't remember how old Armin is right now, but 47? No, anyhow, they're 40 to 40, some mid 40s, and they can handle this, and they should. So I'm happy to step back and let them, or they would maybe say I'm not stepping back, but trying. But I'm not there. So anyhow, I do feel though guilty not being there to help them navigate the next few weeks of him, and I feel bad not being there for him either to help him navigate the next few weeks of getting acclimated and stuff like that. So we don't have a normal. Me and Bryan don't have a normal divorce kind of relationship. We're friends. I care about him. He cares about me, and we're there for each other. So anyhow, that's what happened this weekend. My weekend got jacked. I even stayed up to watch Super Bowl last night so I could interact with them while they were watching the Super Bowl. But you know what I did? I put on the. I couldn't figure out how to do it, and I thought I had YouTube TV here, but it turns out I can't use YouTube TV in another country. So I thought but I have YouTube. So I saw Super Bowl, Chiefs and Kansas City, and I put it on and I'm watching it and I'm commenting to the girls and everybody on it, and I was watching the wrong year. Apparently they played in Super Bowl in 2022 too. And then all of a sudden I kept seeing these things saying Rihanna is going to be up for the halftime show, and I'm like, I thought it was supposed to be Lamar or somebody. And I texted Arwen, and that's when I found out. At halftime is when I found out I was watching the wrong game. So in my mind, the Chiefs are doing great until halftime when I realized the Chiefs lost. So that's my funny story about that. And I didn't use the pause thing at all, but it would be fun too. I'm going to pause it now. I wanted to show you this towel I got. It has all the, it has Ireland and all of its sites. And I'm coming back to me now. And I bought it at the jail when I went to the jail the other day. It's one of those things you go through when you're in Ireland. Um, anyhow, I bought that because I've been looking for a map to show me all these little towns that I want to try to take buses to or trains to or whatever. And I wanted to be able to mark them off. I did this one, I did this one, I did this one. And I can't find a map that I like. So anyhow, I found that tea towel and it's kind of got the landmarks associated with the town on it. So I've got that. That's all. You guys, this has taken me way more than it should have. And I did the cute little pause thing, so I'm pretty happy with myself. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.